learn about Consumer Protection Act, which was passed in the year 1986. So basically, in business regulation, we will be learning from all the points of view. Like not only from the point of view of business, consumer, employer, employee, seller, buyer. So from all these point of view, we'll be learning the regulations relating to the business. So basically, Consumer Protection Act was passed with the main motive of protecting the consumers. So first, let us discuss like, what is the definition of consumer. So many a times people misunderstand for the word customer and consumer. No, they are not one and the same. Consumer is a person who buys the goods with the motive of using it, consuming it. Such a person is called as consumer. So as a consumer, so you have got certain rights. You are ought to be protected under law. So with this motive, central government has passed this particular act in the year 1986, and this act is called as Consumer Protection Act. So under this act, so certain rights are conferred on the consumer. So now we have learned who is a consumer. So why he needs to be protected, we have learned. Let us learn like what are the rights which he can enjoy in the process of consumption. So basically, a consumer is entitled with six rights: right to safety, right to information, right to choose, right to be heard, right against exploitation, right to education. So, what are these rights? Let us learn in depth. First one, right to safety. Yes, safety. Here, when I talk about safety, it's not about some personal safety or something like that. So, what goods or services the customer avails, so that should be safe for the customer. So when it comes to goods, so the ingredients in the goods, the procedure of using the goods, the total quality of goods should be safe for the consumer. It should not affect his mental or physical well-being. Similarly, service. So we go to so many business units. We avail different types of services. So when the services are availed, so those services should not harm our physical or mental health. So this is called as right to safety. So basically, the customer should have safety when he is using a good or a service. So if any of this good or service is hampering this right, so we can file a suit against the service provider or against the seller in the court of law. So this is the first right what we have discussed. Then coming to right to information. Yes, information. What kind of information we are discussing about here? So, information basically includes all the possible data relating to the product. Or the second right is right to information. Yes, what kind of information the consumer wants? So basically, when I'm consuming a product or a service, it is my right to know what ingredients are there in the product or what is the procedure of rendering the service. So that is why we can see normally today whatever products are in the market comes with a label. So a label gives us complete information about the product, ingredients, demo, how to use the product, what are the allergic components found in the product. Say for example, preservatives, uh, class 2 preservatives. You might have seen. So in certain type of products you see synthetic food colors, whatever is being used in the product, that also will be mentioned. So what kind of preservatives they have used, that also will be mentioned, and any kind of component which people may be allergic towards. So that also will be mentioned on the label. So this is a safety thing. Okay, when the consumer will come to know, okay, fine, these are the components which are found in the product, whether I can use it or not. So that safety is provided by the label. Fine. So this is a right to information. So complete information about the product the consumer is entitled to receive. Fine. So to avoid repetitive instructions, what the shopkeepers nowadays they are doing, so they have a label on the product which gives a complete info on the product. Then coming to right to choose. Yes, choosing. So we go to so many shops for different kinds of shopping. So normally when you in certain shops you might have observed the shopkeeper will force you. What is this? You have come, you have seen so many products, you are not buying even a single one. No. So you are not supposed to be forced to buy anything. So you should be given a wide variety of option to choose among the available ones. So if you don't like, you don't buy. Fine, no forcing. Yes, you have come to my shop, you have to buy the product. No. So give them ample opportunities to select the one which they have liked. So this is called as the right to choose. So normally that is why you can see today's hypermarkets, supermarkets are all with this option. So they keep all the products open. So you can go to any counter of your choice. You can see the product. You can read the label. You can go through the demo, and then you can make a selection like which product you are willing to buy. So this is right to choose. Then coming to the fourth right to be heard. Yes, right to be heard. Yes, what to be heard now? Like, is it your personal grievances? No. So here, when we mention right to be heard, it means any complaint the consumer has got towards a particular product. Any grievance, any complaint, the consumer might have felt there is a defect in the product or deficiency in any service. So that time he has a right to raise his voice and ask for justice. Fine, see, today you have bought a new television set for your home. So it was good when it was in the shop. When you bring it home, you come to know that there is a manufacturing defect with the product. So now, what will you do? You have paid some 45,000, and will you keep quiet, telling that oh, it's a bad luck for me. 45,000 I spent, a TV I have bought, and now it's not working. No, right? So you will raise your voice now. You will go to the shop. You will tell the shopkeeper, see this is how it has happened. So either replace the television set or give me get it repaired or replace it. Whatever possible, I want a good working condition television set. Right? So this is called as right to be heard. So whatever problems, grievances, defects, deficiencies are there with the product or service that should be heard by the seller. Right? Next, coming to right against exploitation. Yes, what kind of exploitation here we are talking about? So exploitation basically may happen in different forms. Say for example, MRP will be 30. Your shopkeeper will take you ask you to pay 40 rupees. So you will wonder why am I supposed to pay 10 rupees extra? So he will tell so many reasons. So refrigeration charges, or here there is no supply of this good. I will go to that place and I will get these goods. So that is why I need to charge more, else it's not going to work out for me. See, what does this MRP stand for? It is a maximum retail price for a particular product. Fine. And now when he's taking more from you, so it is a kind of exploitation which we are supposed to oppose. So we are not supposed to pay more than what is required to be paid. So that time we can raise our voice, we can bring it to the notice of some consumer court or consumer forum and ask for justice. Then coming to right to education. So when I tell about right to education, it's not something related to your schooling or college education. So here when I tell about education, it means all the information pertaining to a product or a service. So basically, when we go for certain kinds of products, we get a what we call a demo content which gives the complete information about the product. Say for example, you might have purchased an electronic good or you might have purchased a new mobile set for yourself. So how to use, what are the safety things which you need to concern about, okay, do's and don'ts pertaining to that product or a service. So all these things you will be given a kind of document which will help you to get complete information about the particular product or service. So this is called as the right to education. Right? So these are all the rights which a consumer enjoy in the process of buying the good or availing a particular service. So it is left to us as a consumer how we are going to exercise these rights and ask justice for ourselves. Thank you.